All right, live from the Deep Work Studios in Florence, Kentucky, this is ABR Live. Couldn't resist former radio voice coming out. Hey, thank you for tuning in. It's another episode of ABR live on this Thursday evening. We're going to cover all things America's Best Restaurants. We're going to go on the road where Luis is sitting in van number one, get a feel for the road, what's going on. We've got an episode of the week. We're going to talk to Chad from 4th and State. One of the, I would say, most personable people that we have talked to so far on the road, get his insights about running a restaurant and what it's like. But first and foremost, what exactly is America's Best Restaurants? We're on a mission to profile those independent restaurants all across the country and give them a platform to tell their story. We're looking to connect consumers with restaurants that they should dine at on a weekly basis, and then help those restaurants understand and know who those customers are, because what drives restaurants for long-term success, it's those frequent customers that come back over and over again. And being able to connect with people on a personal level and tell your story so that they know who you are, that's really the essence of it. There's two things that restaurants can either do. You can outspend, you can outsmart. Well, the biggest thing is if you can outsmart and be visible, you can beat the competition, and America's Best Restaurants wants to give the platform to those independent restaurants to be able to do just that. We have two vans out on the road right now. One's on the West Coast. One is in the Midwest and the East Coast. That's where Luis is at right now, out in Indianapolis. And we are on a mission to meet with restaurants every day, every week of the month, to be able to help them tell their story, just like we're going to hear from Chad coming up in just a little bit. That's who we are. We've got crews that are all over the place, and we are looking for you as an independent restaurant operator to help tell your story. And boy, I tell you what, if you're a customer and you're looking for places to eat at different cities and areas and locales, we're the place for you, because it's not just a menu. It's not just some website. We give you the opportunity to connect with these restaurant owners, and it's really been a good time, and it's fun, and we're approaching 500 episodes so far, and that number is increasing every week. So that's what America's Best Restaurants is all about. What are the episodes all about? What do the episodes look like? How does it go? Well, every week here on Thursday, we want to do a featured episode of the week. This one, it just happens to be Luis and the crew are out in Indianapolis, so we're going to stick in Indiana. It's in Seymour, Indiana. It's a place called Pizza Palace. That's this week's featured episode of the week. Check it out.
Hey, what's up, everybody at America's Best Restaurants? It's Luis again, and we are traveling the country, coast to coast, to find the places where you need to eat at on a weekly basis. Today we're in Seymour, Indiana, and we're at a restaurant called Pizza Palace. We're here with Patty. So Patty, tell me, what is Pizza Palace?
Pizza Palace is a family-based and family-owned business here in Seymour that has been within our community within the past 50 years.
Wow.
This year we're celebrating our 50th anniversary.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
As of
to
this
you
month,
guys.
yeah.
Wow, that's great. Awesome. So in every episode, we focus on 3 things you need to have when you come here. What are we having today, Patty?
Today we are having all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. Pizza is high demand within our community.
Okay.
And basically you just come here for pizza,
Okay.
wings, adult beverages, cold soft drinks,
Nice.
numerous many items to offer here.
Okay, great. All righty, well, I know you're hungry because you're watching this, so why don't you just come with us and let's go check it out. All right, everybody, we are back with the 3 things you need to have when you come to Pizza Palace. Patty, starting with this, tell me, what do we have?
Okay, what we have here are the traditional bone-in chicken wings. This is flavored with the barbecue sauce, served with your choice of ranch or blue cheese dressing. Also available in boneless. And we actually do a wing special on Wednesday evening, which runs from open until close,
Cool.
as well as a draft special on the premium beers.
Okay.
So $1 draft, 90-cent wings on Wednesdays only.
Nice.
But they are available for both dine-in, delivery, carry-out as well.
Cool.
So.
Awesome.
That's one of the must-have menu items that you should have when you come to Pizza Palace.
And this?
This is one of our specialty pizzas. This is a 16-inch thin crust pepperoni pizza served with a mozzarella and tomato sauce. One of Pizza Palace favorites. These both come in, they all come in small, large, and extra large, also available in a gluten-free cauliflower crust.
Great flavor. My God, wow.
One of a kind. You can't go any place in Indiana and get a pizza like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's a little bit, it is thin crust, but it's a little bit doughy, which I really appreciate.
Yeah. It's not real chewy and it's not real crisp either.
Really good.
So
Really good. And then here, everybody knows what these are, but tell me.
these are breadsticks. Our breadsticks are served actually with a garlic sauce. There's five breadsticks to an order. You get your choice of cheese, garlic, butter, or marinara to go with that. One of Pizza Palace favorite appetizers. So.
Nice. So, Patty, tell me, how can people find out more information about Pizza Palace?
You can visit our Facebook page and or our website, which is pizzapalace.com. Online ordering is also available, or you just call us at 812-522-8100.
Okay, awesome.
Okay?
Awesome. Well, you can also find a full listing for Pizza Palace on americasbestrestaurants.com. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat. I'll see you guys in the next one.
So we're going to go from Seymour, Indiana to Columbus, Ohio with my man Chad from 4th and State, from literally at the corner of 4th and State in downtown Columbus. So Chad, thanks for coming on board. Thanks for allowing us to shoot the episode with you, and quickly give the quick background, who you are, the restaurant, how did it all come about?
My name is Chad Goodwin. I'm a 28-year-old restaurateur based in Columbus, Ohio. Own two small plant-based ventures, Eden Burger near Ohio State's campus, and my family-owned diner at, like you said, the corner of 4th and State, aptly named. I make a lot of vegan food, and according to a handful of articles and my good friend Doug, we do it kind of the best.
Not just kind of the best, dude. Now, as I told you on site, our videographer and our producer is vegan, and that's how we ended up finding you. And I wasn't big on the whole vegan. I'm like, all right, we're skeptical. Dude, you sold me. Stuffed crust pizza. How do you pull that off?
That's true.
Vegan?
I mean, it takes a lot of long days and a lot of worn arthritic fingers from that hand-rolled, hand-stuffed dough every day. We're constantly defying odds. People don't think dairy-free milkshakes can be that good. They say a plant-based burger, it can in no way be the most savory, enjoyable experience my mouth has ever had. And I wake up every morning trying to prove those people wrong.
You proved me wrong during the episode shoot. The milkshake was like absolutely through the roof. Now, how have you handled things over the last 2 years that as we travel the country, obviously that's one of the biggest things, COVID, how restaurants have adjusted. You got supply chain issues, everything else. Is it a little different for you from the vegan side because of the supply chain? Are you still facing the issues? How have you adjusted during the last 2 years?
I think the key is to have a nice space where you can go into and scream and cry if you need to. Otherwise, yeah, we're facing all the same challenges. Vegan or not, the supply chain is hosed right now. Of course, staffing is an issue for everybody. I think the entire world is undergoing this huge shift in what we thought the idea of work was, and now what it will turn into in the future. So we've faced a lot of the same types of adversity. A lot of my other restaurateur friends have, whether they're vegan or non-vegan. It's just who has the ability to adapt and who's got the resources to kind of scale back in certain areas and kind of adjust. Is it doing more delivery? Is it trying to accommodate dine-in when it's safe from COVID? There's a million things that restaurant operators are trying, and I think what's really worked for us is consistency. Just trying to make sure that we're open the same hours week after week. We're there 7 days a week. Making sure despite our.
Oh, I think we lost you. I think we froze up on Chad. So hopefully he'll be able to come back here real quick. One of the other things that really caught me about with Chad is the energy. And as we travel and we shoot so many different episodes, obviously the wear and tear of everything that's going on can keep you down. And this guy is just full of energy. I don't know if he takes like IV Red Bulls or what, but I mean he is high energy. He's on it, works the room, knows his customers. He's not afraid to try something different, and just really connect with the customers. Hopefully he's able to pop back on here, because that was the next thing that I wanted to ask him was, how do you stay so up all the time? I mean, the guy really is just full energy. And the whole vegan thing, it's completely different. It is a menu that is not something that you would expect. Completely different twist, able to change things up, try new things, revise things. That's really one of the big things with 4th and State. And if you're in Columbus or you venture into Columbus, you're up there for anything, I highly encourage you to stop by and try 4th and State, because you want to meet Chad. You want to just feed off of his energy, but two, experience it and see what it's like. With just a menu that I promise you're going to sit there and go, I would have absolutely no idea. So I don't know if Chad's going to be able to make it back or not. Maybe his phone died. So I was also going to ask him about the shooting an episode with us. So what we're going to do is we are going to head off, and we'll see if Chad can come back. So why don't we go ahead and preview some of the upcoming episodes that are going live on the channel this week. As I said earlier, we're at about 500 episodes shot. We're launching 3 episodes every day. So why don't we preview that, and then we'll come back and we can hit Luis out in Indianapolis. Oh, wait a minute. Chad, are you back?
I think I am. I'm stuck somewhere in the internet connection.
You were back. So I tell you what I was doing was just pumping how much energy, how different your place is. And anyone who visits Columbus needs to go by, again, vegan or non-vegan. The one question I was going to ask you is, you are full of energy, dude. And I know it's not fake. That's you. During these times, it's really beating a lot of people down. So, I mean, how do you stay so up? How is that you every day, man? You're just like, go, go, go. It seems like nothing phases you.
I certainly get phased, and much like everybody, I can certainly have my down days as well. But aside from being in the restaurant, comedy and acting have always been big passions of mine. And I think, taking some of those lessons and bringing them to the restaurant and trying to put on the brave face and try to make employees laugh when they're having a rough day, and kind of knowing the restaurant goes with how I go. If I'm feeling beaten and broken and disparaged, it won't be long before our business model starts to reflect that. So I think, it's, of course, having a great support system, whether that's my family or employees or the people that I'm working with every day. And just knowing it's, as the owner and the leader, it's my responsibility to set the emotional tempo. So if I can come in after working 20 or 40 or 60 days in a row, which has happened a couple times during.
All right, seems that the connection is lost again. So I tell you what, let's go to the upcoming episodes, and that'll give us a little bit of time. We'll see if we're able to get Chad back. So go ahead and hit the upcoming episodes. These are the episodes that are about to go live. All right. Hey, we are in Indianapolis. Luis is in Obi-Wan the van. How are things going on the road? What are some of the interesting things you've come across today, Luis?
Well, things are going good on the road. Been to quite a few restaurants today. We're actually in front of a restaurant right now called Jailbird. About to walk in. Don't know what to expect, but this is the fun part of this whole gig. So, went to a restaurant this morning called Shallows. Shallows. Man, that restaurant's awesome. It's like when you walk in, it's like you stepping into a different world. So much history's been around. This March, it'll be 42 years. So they have like this old school kind of vibe, a bunch of different, furniture made out of wood, and then they have all kinds of petroliana, like the old school petroleum signs. They got
Yeah.
an old gas pump. I mean, just super, super cool. Cool neon signs. You can tell that there's a lot of history there, and of course, the food is phenomenal. you know, when you're in the Indiana, of course, you got the tenderloin, and they had amazing bang bang shrimp. They had a great burger. They had, man, we typically featured three things, and the guy had like the whole table full. They probably was like 12 things on the table. It was insane.
Did you eat
It
it
was
all?
insane. Yeah, I'd be asleep. I wouldn't be on the call right now.
Well, I know that
But
you have
yeah,
the shoot coming up, but the one thing that jumps out at me with the episodes you host, I had no
yeah,
idea of your culinary expertise per se, down from the knives to the spices to everything else. You
yeah.
understand so much on this level that a lot of these chefs, I know that it really connects with them. But how much fun is that when you get to go into the back end of all these kitchens and really see how it's all done? Most people don't get to do that. And if they did, they couldn't understand it. But how much fun is that?
Oh, it's super fun. I enjoy it a lot because they get to show you their whole creative level. And of course, as a consumer being in a dining room, you don't get any of that. You just see the final product. You don't get to see what it takes to prepare that product, why they do it the way they do it, and that's fascinating to me.
And of course, that's part of the episodes is we're back with the camera and
Yeah.
we get to show some of the stuff being made and everything else. If there was one dish today that you tried that if you could have taken it with you and eaten the entire thing, what was that one dish today? I'm putting you on the
Oh
spot.
man, that's hard for me to tell you. I would say I went to this restaurant called Main Street Grill, and they make this thing that's called dragon fingers. They're like a breaded chicken tenderloin kind of thing, chicken breast, and they kind of bread them and they make in this kind of like Thai chili sauce. It doesn't. I'm not gonna say it really kind of fits what the restaurant is, but that's not surprising. I'm not surprised because restaurants will try different things. So that was one dish that I ate. I think it was at the second place, and I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be dangerous because if I eat this, I'm gonna fall asleep, and I won't be able to perform the rest of my duties during the day. So I took two bites, and I almost took a third one. I'm like, no, I gotta slow myself down. But that would have been one that, hands down, I would have crushed it.
One thing I was going to ask you too, and I know I want to get you out of the van and shoot the episode. Personally, for me, I have a hard time even contemplating going to chains now because we eat at so many
Oh yeah.
independent restaurants and these people that are just doing it so creative. Have you found it that you're more of a foodie than I am, that you have to go to these independent places now? You can't just go to the chain where it's all supposed to taste the same. We're spoiled now. At least I feel I am.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's really funny because I was called quite a bit before for restaurant recommendations, and now it's on every day. I just had a restaurant owner yesterday that I visited last week. I did a stop by yesterday, and he's telling me, Luis, I need your help. I'm like, okay, what's up? He says, I am looking for an Italian seafood chef. And I said, well, that's interesting because I actually have two people off the top of my head that their caliber of cooking is high up there. I said, I'm going to put you in contact. He's like, seriously? I'm like, look, let me show you one of my friends, the restaurant, the menu. Here, scroll through the menu. He said, oh, yeah, I want to talk to this guy. So, being able to just be to these independent places and hear their stories, plus try the amazing food. I mean, come on, man. That does it for me.
And as one of our producers always says, we get paid for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I tell you what, you and Austin get out of the van, go shoot the episode. Safe travels back home. And you're
Later.
shooting Northern Kentucky next week. And then you're heading to
Yep.
Miami. And I'm shooting Northern Kentucky. So we're back out on the road, my man.
All right.
All right. Be safe.
Thank you.
Thanks, Louis. All right, we're going to wrap things up. I did hear back from Chad, just some connection issues. We're going to have Chad back on at a different episode down the road, just because his story is just really so unique. So, what are we doing from here on out? Follow America's Best Restaurants. You can see where we're at. We're on all the different social channels because we are on a mission that we are going to. It's going to take us a little bit of time, but we are going to touch base with, let's just say, like every independent restaurant that we can from coast to coast. It's going to take us years. We're going to add vans, but we are going to do it. Right now we have 2 vans, and this is what we've done. Okay. We're over 400 episodes. We have over 8,000 pieces of online content, and that's just with 2 vans. Well, now it's 2022. The ultimate goal is by the end of the year, we're going to have 6 vans traveling all over with road crews and hosts and videographers. We're going to grow. And by 2026, 50 vans in 50 states. And we are going to be telling the story of the independent restaurant. And if you look at those stats, you could look at those numbers and go, that might be a typo. No, it's not a typo. Right now, by the end of the year, if with our 6 vans, 300,000 plus pieces of online content, no one's doing this for restaurants. And by 2026, over 10 million pieces of online content focusing on those independent restaurants, helping them tell their story. So what's our schedule look like? Well, the first week of every month, we are in Kentucky, second week, Ohio, third week, Indiana. And then we travel around as we venture out. Where at the end of this month, or at the end of February, No, actually, at the end of this month, we're going to be in Gatlinburg, Knoxville, and Nashville. And at the end of February, in the fourth week, we'll be down in the Bowling Green area in Tennessee. And then you can see West Virginia, Chicago. And as we add vans, we're going to be going more and more and more. So that's who we are, what we're doing for the future. And now Luis and I can't host everything. Austin and Ryan and the videographers we have can't film everything. That opens up an opportunity for you. We are hiring. You can go to our website and be able to apply because we are hiring, and we're hiring a lot, and we're looking for really talented folks to be able to join our staff, from producers to hosts, you name it. So you can go to the website and you can fill out the form, submit the information. We can get back to you. And as Luis and I just said, one of the semi jokes, because it's not really a joke, is we get paid to do this. We get to work with restaurants. We get to help promote them. We get, we get treated like rock stars at a lot of these places. And it's so much fun because we're a voice for the independent restaurant owner. No reviews, not someone else controlling the narrative. We get to control the narrative, and you get a chance to be a part of that. So, my apologies. So we're going to wrap it up for this week. Hold on, sip of water. And we will be live again next Thursday, 5 o'clock, where we're going to be live from the road. We're going to profile an episode. We're going to talk to one of the owners of the restaurants that we've been at before to share ideas, what it's like to run a restaurant and what it's like to be a part of the show. So follow us on all the social platforms. And if you're interested in possibly working for us, hanging out in the cool digs and wearing orange, go ahead and check out the website, americasbestrestaurants.com/jobs, and let us know if you want to take part. So until next week, for Luis and for David, our producer, and everyone else that helps put all of this together, have yourself a great week. We will talk to you again next Thursday, 5 o'clock Eastern time.